name is Kristen, and today I'm going to update you on a recent event involving a Jet Airways airplane. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Jet Airways responded to the crisis, as well as how their stakeholders responded, and then I'm going to give my own opinion on how Jet Airways could have handled this better and what they can do in the future to prevent anything like this from ever happening again. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jet Airways and kind of what they do. They are the second largest airline in India, right behind Indigo, with over 3,000 flights leaving daily to over 70 countries worldwide. They are known for their great services that they provide in the check-in process, the in-flight process, as well as the baggage claim process. So, over their 21 years of service, which they've been in service since 1993. They have earned many awards and have gained the reputation of being one of the most safe and reliable airlines in India. On August 8th, a Jet Airways flight with 280 passengers traveling from Mumbai to Newark descended over 5,000 feet over Turkish airspace. The pilot was taking a controlled rest as required by aviation laws, while the co-pilot was looking up flight information on her iPad. Turkish air traffic controllers alerted the co-pilot that the plane had descended below where they are supposed to be. The co-captain then woke the pilot, who immediately took control back over the plane. No injuries or any discomfort has been reported by any of the passengers. The airline did not file a report on the incident with the Director General of Civil Aviation, as law requires. And 5 days later, the DGCA was warned about the incident by a random text, and they ended up grounding the pilots that were involved. So how did Jet Airlines respond following this incident? They haven't really. Initially, they had a spokesperson state that safety is of paramount importance to Jet Airlines, as is also the welfare of their customers and crew, and the airline will always take appropriate steps to ensure that. So I think that was a pretty smart move. The airline also said that they will be cooperating with all investigations to be done by the Director General of Civil Aviation. They are holding any other comments to the media until after the investigations are over. They have recently started on their website to release information about new deals for customers, which may actually be a direct result to being under a lot of media attention. Because not only has this incident happened, but it's also sparked a lot of other incidents. The investigations have found a lot of problems in the training program, which has caused a lot of their pilots to be under watch for whether or not they are even allowed to fly. So I think maybe that they're trying to cover up a lot of the discrepancies that is happening within the air. So the Director General of Civil Aviation, which is the little government agency that oversees the Indian transportation or airlines, they were not very happy with the fact that Jet Airways tried to hide this from them by not reporting it as the law states immediately. One of the first things an official said was that this appears to be a serious act of criminal negligence on part of the co-pilot. So the DGCA opened an investigation, including looking at the data recorder in the cockpit that Boeing had installed, and an audit of Jet Airways' training program for its pilots. So the audit of the training program caused a couple more problems for Jet Airways. It found a ton of discrepancies within the program, causing the DGCA to deroster 4 of Jet Airways pilots, as well as list 131 more that may be up for suspension or complete expulsion or revoking of pilot license. The analysis of the Boeing data in the cockpit also showed that the co-pilot may have fiddled with controls shortly before the plane began its descent. This is important because the NGCA is one of Jet Airways' biggest stakeholders, as the way Jet Airways conducts business kind of reflects whether or not the NGCA is doing a good job at regulating them. So the fact that this training program and the fact that pilots were flying illegally really kind of puts a bad light on NGCA. So Jet Airways is kind of in a little pickle with this one. Customer opinions of Jet Airways are what the company needs to worry about the most because its customers are what ensure that the airline will even stay in business and continue to be considered one of the most reliable airlines in India. Many potential customers share their opinions concerning the Jet Airways incident on social media and comment sections. When the story broke, some of the ruder comments included things like, "Oh, I bet she was playing Candy Crush while the pilot was snoring," or it took Indian pilots as a whole and criticized them by saying casual mentality with no commitment as usual with Indian pilots. Comments on Yahoo were more understanding, stating that something must have been wrong with the autopilot system. I think that as more facts rolled in, people were more knowledgeable about the incident, so they were maybe able to be a little less rude. In conclusion, if I were in the position of the communications director for Jet Airways, I would have released a statement about the incident, only stating the facts and that the pilots in question have been grounded and the proper authorities are investigating. After the information has been released, I would offer the people on the flight some kind of special offer to pay for any maybe medical bills, even though I don't think that any injuries or anything happened in this incident because passengers didn't even notice. But the gesture's kind. As information surfaces from all the investigations that the DGCA and Boeing are conducting, I would finally hold a final press conference sharing the decision that was made in regards to the pilots, share that the training program for Jet Airways is being looked at and all pilots are being retrained, and I would let the public know what will be done in the future to ensure